and welcome to Big Bore Knife and Gear. Today we are going to check out the Xerx by A. Purvis blades. This one is on loan from A Therapeutic Edge. Great guy, great channel. I strongly suggest checking him out. If you go into my description, there is a link to his YouTube channel there. Let's pop this sucker open and get some specs in real quick. Again, this is the A. Purvis Blades Xerx. This is made or manufactured for Adam Purvis by We Knives. This has a blade steel of CPM 20 CV. It's got a blade thickness of 0.156 inches. This is a compound grind blade with a hollow primary and a flat grind on the tip. It's got a blade length of 3.5 inches, an overall length of 8 inches. Handle material as well as clip and pivot collars are titanium. Pivot collars are anodized a beautiful purple color. This thing is running on ceramic ball bearings. The action on this is absolutely superb. Centering on this thing is 100% straight down the middle. Let's flick this open one more time. Absolutely phenomenal action. Pretty much drop shut. The back spacer is also titanium and it sits flush. The fit and finish on this knife is amazing. The milling work on the scales on this knife is absolutely amazing. The pivot collars are anodized this purplish color and they are just absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All the hardware on here appears to be, I didn't measure, but it all looks like T8 or T10 screws, which is fantastic. I hate anything below a T8. I don't know why manufacturers are still putting T6s and smaller on things. They just strip way too easy. These actually look like, let's see if I can get that to focus. Those actually all look like T10 hardware screws. Just absolutely fantastic. Now let's check out this blade. This has a beautiful stonewash finish to it. Oh, hit the camera, sorry about that. Let's see if we can get this to focus. Give me just a second, folks. There we go. This has a beautiful, it's not heavily stonewash, it's more of like a satin, maybe, actually I lied, it's not stonewash at all. It's like a satin gray PVD, now that I'm looking at it. It does have an appearance of a very light stonewash, but that's just the coating that's on the blade. Here you can see it is a limited run of 240. This one is number, boy, I can't see, 14 of 240. There you go, the designation of the steel, CPM 20 CV. Now let's get back to here and check out this compound grind. See that, folks? Nice hollow grind to here, and then a very nice flat grind on the tip. This thing does have a very nice swedge. Does have a pretty perfect tip. I don't know if Peter's looked that closely. It is slightly off on one side. The edge grind on here is fantastic, again, with the exception of, come on, just a slight side to side on the very tip. Almost not noticeable. Does have some really good jimping on the blade for when it's in hand. Not aggressive, but it does catch and grab your finger very well. Ergonomically, this thing is absolutely fantastic, even with this big wide pocket clip, which by the way goes in and out of pocket perfectly. It is not that deep of a carry. You still have about that much of the knife sticking out of your pocket. But this thing is a dream in hand, even in my extra large hands. It fits very well. It's very comfortable. The only issue I had, and it's not even really an issue, it's got, as you can see here, 2 big finger grooves with a little hump in the middle. And my only issue, and it's not really an issue, is that the middle of my finger lands right on that hump. And even though it's not really uncomfortable after a while of holding it, it does push in a little bit, but nothing horrible, nothing bad at all. Ergos, again, just fantastic on this. It does have this nice, I don't want to call it a clip point, but that's kind of what it is, like a clip style blade, clip/drop point, even though it doesn't really drop. Nice big belly on that blade. The finger choil area here, which I'm going to call a sharpening choil because it's not really big enough for a finger. If you do choke up on it, as you can see, if your hands are smaller, it probably won't be an issue, but with larger hands, you are going to run a risk of cutting into you if your hand slips a little bit. God, what a gorgeous knife. Let's try and focus in on this milling again, because it is done just absolutely perfectly. There we go. Fantastic diagonal milling. Everything on this knife, scale-wise, is chamfered or rounded off. No hot spots, no sharp angles, just a very, very well thought out design. Even the spine of the blade, it feels like it might be a 90-degree, but it's slightly rounded off and very, very comfortable. Thank you so much, Peter, for letting me check this out. Let's flip her one more time. Also, I don't think I mentioned it earlier, but this has internal stop pins on the blades. They're caged in there, so they travel and then connect. Let's see if I can get it to focus enough to see that. So right above my tip of my finger here, you'll see the 2 little nubs coming off what appears to be the jimping. That's the actual stop pins on the blade. So you see those 2 little nubs moving. They contact here, and then down below, that's what stops the blades. Fantastic design. One thing that did surprise me, and I mentioned this to Peter, in all the videos and pictures I've seen of this knife, including his own, which go check his channel out and check out the video on this exact knife. On camera, on video, and pictures, this knife looks a lot bigger than what it actually is. I was actually very surprised as soon as I opened up the package and pulled it out. I was expecting a much larger sized knife, but this is a beauty nonetheless. Any of you guys out there have one of these or have handled one, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. There was 480 of these made, 240 in this color configuration and 240 in a blacked out color configuration. Bama Knife Guy on Instagram has the blacked out version. Go check him out too. Fantastic dude, great channel. He's also in the description down below. That's all I have for you today, folks. Please like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and until next time, take care.